Hey, stick around and you can see me make this fish out of a piece of cedar. This is a piece of cedar that somebody gave me a while back. I've had it for a while. It's dried. It has a purple color to it. I'm going to turn it round here and form a tenon so I can put it in the chuck and turn it around and start shaping the outside. Here I've turned it around and I'm in the chuck, and I'm going to start shaping the body of the fish. Right here I'm doing my form of the fish, his body, and I'll leave that bottom because I'm going to turn the inside of it, and I need that weight on the other end to hold it. Here I'm going to drill it out with my Forstner bit as deep as I can go before I start turning. Here I hollowed this out to right at a 1/4 inch thickness. You'll see I drill into the side later and mount some fins and stuff, and I need that little bit of thickness. But I didn't go all the way to the bottom. I left the bottom about 2 inches or so that I'd have weight on the end, and you'll see why later in this video. Now that it's hollowed out, I've got turning on the outside again, and you can see my lines on there where it showed the depth where my bottom was, and you can see where I tapered it on this end to give me some weight on the end, and you'll see why in a little bit. Here you see I put 2 coats of sanding sealer on it to protect the wood, but no finish because I've got a lot more to do to it before we add finish. Here I'm gluing up some poplar to make the tail fin. This wood will all get stained different colors. Here I'm just cutting out some fins that's going to be on the sides of the fish and the dorsal that goes on the top fins. I did a little shaping on them on the sander before I used the Dremel to do some carving. Here I'm cutting the shape of my tail fin. It's curved because the fish is actually sitting on the tail fin, and this will actually be the base that holds the bottom of the back of the fish up. Here I'm sanding on my tail fin. I sanded on all the fins. I sanded and used the Dremel to do grooves and to see the fish bones and stuff like that. Test fitted all my fins, and I'm drilling right here for eyes. Gotta cut it off, no turning back. Here I'm cutting a slot in the tail of the fish for the tail fin to fit. Here I'm just blending the 2 woods with a chisel to let them flow together. This is why I left the thickness at 1/4 inch so I could drill these dowels to hold my fins. Using alcohol-based stains, I used a bunch of colors: red, black, this yellow, and I overlapped it with more colors to achieve the final color that I came up with on the fins that you'll see at the end. Spraying on one of the 7 coats of lacquer. And here I'm wet sanding. I wet sanded this from 600, 800, 1200, and then 2000. And then after I finished that, I cleaned it up and then I polished it on the buffing wheel, and that buffed it out really good. Here I'm epoxying all my pieces together. The tail fins, the side fins, and the top fin. Next I'm going to cut a couple of eyes on the lathe, glue them in. I'll spray that one more coat of lacquer on it after it's done here, and it'll be finished. Here I'm going to shape the eyes. I'm going to turn them on the lathe here, and this is a piece of poplar that I had left over, and the whiteness of the poplar is going to be the whiteness of the eye. And then you'll see I'll take a marker and I'll draw the black circle on the inside. Then I'll just cut these off of here and glue them straight onto the fish. Okay, there we have it. You can see I put them actually 8 coats of lacquer now. It was wet sanded and finished. I kept the weight about this much of this bottom is solid, so that when it sits on the table it won't tip over on these 2 fins. I didn't show a whole lot of how I finished these pieces here, and I probably should have. I used the alcohol dyes that I have, and I put some yellow, and then I put some red, and I put some blacks, and I just kept going back and forth with it till I got this look that I wanted. And it was really time consuming, and I just didn't film a whole lot of it. And but it really turned out, I think, really beautiful. So there's the simple little eyes that I glued on. So I don't know. What do you think? It's a little fish. Tell me what you think. Alright, well, I appreciate you watching. And your first time here, hit the subscribe button and you'll get notifications next time I have a video out. And if you are my subscribers, I appreciate you very much tuning in and watching and giving me the comments you give me. So, alright, there you go. A fish out of a piece of cedar with a little bit of poplar. Thanks for watching.